Hello everyone and welcome to our educational session. My name is Paul Arsoff and I'm the founder of the Decentralized Web project. But I will be talking about our project after the end of this presentation. And the topic of this presentation today is the cancel culture and the smart way to exploit the attention it gives. Um, so the topic touches on psychology, it touches on human behavior, and it is very relevant in today's polarized society, especially if we're looking at what is happening in the United States. Some public figure says or does something deeply stupid or offensive, and then there is a swift fury, backlash on the social media, and suddenly they're persona non grata. Their reputation is in tatters, their career prospect look black, and then they retreat from public eyes, licking their wounds. Or do they? Because here is the thing, these supposedly cancelled individuals, the ones who have been silenced and cast out from polite society, keep popping up in some pretty high-profile places, like for example New York Times columns, Netflix specials, best-selling books, major podcasts. For people who have supposedly been muzzled and banished to the hinterlands of cultural irrelevance, they sure seem to have a lot of prominent platforms from which to share their thoughts. If we dig deeper, if we peel out back the layers of outrage and indignation and moral posturing, we start to see the underlying mechanics at work. And those mechanics reveal a truth that is both obvious and deeply counterintuitive. In many cases, getting cancelled is the best thing that can happen to a certain kind of public figure or career. Consider the nature of attention. We're bombarded with stimuli constantly, like be it news alerts, social media notifications, emails, text, ads, all vying for our precious and limited attention. In this environment, standing out is incredibly difficult. Being noticed, truly noticed, is like winning the lottery. And in an attention-based economy, any attention is good attention. When someone gets cancelled, what happens? Suddenly, everyone is talking about them. Their name is trending on Twitter. They're the subject of countless think pieces and hot takes. News anchors are debating their actions. Late night hosts are cracking jokes at their expense or defending their rights to be uh, like pariahs, like it's life or death. For a brief, intensive period, they become the center of cultural conversation and attention. And that attention, it is pure gold. Because the thing about humans when that is that we're curious creatures. When we hear someone has been cancelled, part of us wants to know why. We want to understand what they did or said that was so terrible to get cancelled. We want to judge for ourselves whether the punishment fits the crime. And in that curiosity lies opportunity. If you are a publisher or streaming service or a media outlet, what do you want more than anything? We want eyeballs, we want clicks, we want viewers. And what better way to get those than to by giving a platform to someone everyone is talking about, someone controversial, someone who has been cancelled. It's a win-win situation. The cancelled individual gets a chance to tell their wrapped side of the story, to rehabilitate their image, or far more likely to double down on their thing which got them cancelled in the first place. And the platform that hosts them, they get a massive surge of attention, engagement, and yes, revenue. When we see someone being cancelled or um, ostracized by the group, part of us often subconsciously wants to hear them out. It is a remnant of our tribal past, a whisper from our ancestors, reminding us that today's outcast could be tomorrow's ally or tomorrow's ruler. This instinct creates a built-in audience for the cancelled individual. People who might never have paid attention to them before are now curious, even though those who disagree with them might tune in, if only to fuel their outrage. And of course, there are always those who see themselves as free speech warriors, eager to support anyone they perceive as a victim of the cancel culture. What is the result of this? Um, like it's a ready-made fan base, passionate and engaged, waiting to consume whatever content the silenced individual produces next. But wait, there is actually more. Isn't there always? Getting cancelled doesn't just provide attention and a curious audience. It also gives the individual in question something that is incredibly valuable in our current cultural landscape, a narrative. We are suckers for a good story. We love narratives of redemption, of underdog fighting back, of individuals standing up against the mob. Getting cancelled instantly casts someone in the role of the underdog, the rebel, the truth teller who dared to speak out and then paid the price. Whether this narrative is accurate or not is besides the point. What matters is that it's compelling. It gives the cancelled individual a ready-made arc for their comeback story. They can position themselves as fighters for free speech, as victims of mob mentality, as brave souls willing to say what others are afraid to. The narrative is marketable. It is something that they can sell to publisher, to stream services, to anyone looking for content that will generate buzz and controversy. It's a hook, an angle, a unique selling proposition in a crowded marketplace of ideas. And let's not forget the point of the power of tribalism in all this. In our increasingly polarized world, taking a stand, any stand automatically aligns you with a certain group. Get cancelled for expressing a particular viewpoint, and suddenly you're a hero to everyone who shares their viewpoint or who simply opposes the cancel culture on principle. This tribalism can translate directly into financial support. We have seen in time and time again someone get cancelled and their supporters rally against them. They buy their books, subscribe to their Substacks, fund their Patreons, and like um, like more recent example, fund their presidential candidacy and get them elected to be the most powerful men in today's world. What was once merely a fan base becomes a cause, a movement. Now I can most hear the objection or the objections coming. But wait, you may be saying, surely there are some people who really do get cancelled, who really do lose everything. There absolutely are individuals who face serious, lasting consequences for their actions or words. People who lose jobs, relationships, reputations, with no phoenix like raise from the ashes. But those aren't the people we are talking about when we discuss cancelled individuals with New York Times columns and Netflix specials. The ones who truly get cancelled in the sense of facing real, lasting consequences tend to be those without the resources, without the connections or pre-existing platform to turn their cancellation into an opportunity. No, the cancelled individuals we're discussing here are by and large already privileged. They're people who had a platform to begin with, who had connections in media and entertainment, who had the resources to weather the storm of cancellation and come out uh, on the other side. The reasons these cancelled voices keep popping up in prominent places is simple. They were never really silenced to begin with. The entire concept of them being cancelled was in many ways an illusion that ironically gave them more power, more attention, and more opportunities uh, than they might have had otherwise. Now, this isn't to say that these individuals don't face real backlash or criticism. They absolutely do. The initial wave of cancellation can be intense, overwhelming, even traumatic. But for those with the resources and savvy to ride it out, that wave can carry them to new heights of fame and success. It's a dynamic that reveals some uncomfortable truths about our culture, about the way we consume media, the way we engage with controversy, the way we conceptualize free speech and consequences. It forces us to confront the reality that our attempts to hold people accountable can always backfire, amplifying their voices we sought to diminish in the first place. In a world where attention is currency, every negative attention can be alchemized into gold, where there is a demand for controversy, for rebellion, for unheard voices, supply will inevitably follow. In this bizarre, backward world we have created, sometimes the loudest voices are the one claiming to be silenced. The most prominent platforms go to those decrying their lack of a platform. And the ultimate privilege, it might just be the ability to turn cancellation into an opportunity. It's a strange game that we're playing, this dance of outrage and redemption, of cancellation and a comeback. But as long as there's attention to be gained, as long as there's money to be made, as long as they're curious minds, eager to hear from the ostracized and the silenced, the game will go on. And those New York Times columns and Netflix specials, they're not bugs in the system, they're features. They're logical endpoints of a culture that values controversy over consensus, that feeds on conflict and can't look away from a good comeback story, even if that story is more fiction than a fact. And with this said, I'm ending this educational presentation. Thank you for coming, thank you for viewing. And I'm coming back to the beginning of this conversation. My name is polarized. I'm the founder of the Decentralized Web project. And as you can see, even though it's a morning, it's a windy and a bit of rainy morning. And this video comes as little dark. But I wanted to tell you about two projects that I have been working on, and the first project is part of our Decentralized Web project, and in this project we are building decentralized communication and advertising platform, and we did release a marketplace and collection of NFTs based on three-dimensional objects. With these three-dimensional objects, basically there has to be special software which loads and displays these three-dimensional objects, and most often people who create three-dimensional objects, they are using game engines, and there are two obvious and popular choices of game engines to be used for displaying of 3D objects. One of these game engines is called Unity, and the other one is called Unreal. But from the very beginning of our 3D NFT creation and our 3D NFT marketplace, we decided to build our own 3D software engine. So what this software engine does is it reads the file of the 3D object, then it opens a window on a computer screen. It loads the 3D object in this window. It opens and it starts animating the 3D object in a way of moving it in a random fashion around this window. But in addition to reading, opening a window, loading file, and animating the 3D object. Our 3D software engine has multiple additional capabilities. The first additional capability of our 3D NFTs is the capability of speaking. Our 3D NFTs can speak in one of three basic voices. The 3D NFTs can speak either in a male voice or in a female voice or in a whisper kind of a voice. In addition to the three basic voices, there are three different flavors of voices. The 3D NFT can speak either in a normal speed manner, or in a fast speed manner, or in a slow speed manner. And if, for example, we take a male voice and it is spoken in a slow speed manner, then this voice can come as the voice of a very masculine person or the voice of an old person. If, on the other hand, we take a female voice and it is spoken in a fast speed manner, then this voice can come as the voice of a little girl or the voice of a funny person. The second additional important capability of our 3D software engine is the capability of voice recognition. If, for example, we are having a 3D NFT displayed on in a computer window and being animated, moving in a random fashion around this window, then we can issue our very first voice command to the 3D NFT to stop moving. And then the 3D NFT is going to stand still and stop moving. We can then issue following voice commands to the 3D NFT to move left, move right, move up, move down, zoom in, zoom out, rotate. And then the 3D NFT is going to fulfill each one of these separate voice commands and move left, then move right, move up, then move down, come closer, zoom in, go further away, zoom out, and start rotating. The third additional and important capability of our 3D NFTs is the capability of them having a basic artificial intelligence. Wow, really wow. You can ask the 3D NFT what is your name, and then the 3D NFT is going to reply with their name. You can ask the 3D NFT who are you, and then the 3D NFT is going to reply in few sentences of who they are. You can ask the 3D NFT to describe something. For example, describe Web3, or describe decentralization, or describe Russia. And then the 3D NFT is going to describe in few sentences about Web3, or about decentralization, or about the country called Russia. The last additional important capability of our 3D NFTs is the capability of seeing them in real 3 dimensions. Currently, the 3D NFTs are displayed on a flat 2-dimensional computer screen, and we're using our imagination to imagine the 3D NFT in 3 dimensions. But we're planning to have a second version of the files of the 3D NFTs and this second version is going to be displayed in a way of stereoscopics. What stereoscopics means is that part of the 3D NFTs is going to be displayed in red or reddish colors, and another part of the 3D NFT is going to be displayed in blue or bluish colors. Then you can come to our 3D NFT marketplace, and probably it is the time and the moment I tell you the name and the URL of our 3D NFT marketplace. It is 3dnft.decentralizedweb.org. 3D NFT is typed in a way of the number 3 followed by the letter D followed by 3 other letters NFT, and it is all together 3D NFT. Then there is dot, then there are two words, decentralized and web, and they're all together. Decentralized web, then there is dot, and it ends with org. Once again, 3dnft.decentralizedweb.org. On the top of the screen, you're going to see a link to accessories, and like when you click on this link to accessories, you're going to see that we are offering special glasses. You can order one pair of these special glasses, and when you receive these special glasses, you're going to see that one lens of these glasses is red, and the other lens of these glasses is blue. Then you can put these glasses on. You can request displaying of the 3D NFTs in a way of stereoscopics, and then you are going to see the 3D NFT as coming out of the flat two-dimensional computer screen, and you're going to see the 3D NFTs in real 3 dimensions. With this said, I am going to end talking about our 3D NFT marketplace, about our 3D NFTs software engine, and the capabilities of our 3D NFTs. And I like to tell you about our 3D NFT marketplace. In our 3D NFT marketplace, we have our own blockchain instance. This blockchain instance runs Ethereum software, and this is the same software which runs on Ethereum mainnet. It runs on Binance Smart Chain. It runs on Avalanche Avax. It runs on Polygon Matic, and many other blockchains, popular or not, in existence currently. By having our own blockchain instance, then we do not require our users to pay gas fees for deployments of the smart contracts for the non-fungible tokens, and for transactions of transfer of ownership from one user to another user. In addition to this, we allow our users to use multiple and very popular crypto coins for buying and selling of 3D NFTs. The current choices of buying and selling of 3D NFTs include Sola and Sol, include Polygon Matic, includes Avalanche Avax, and includes Qcoin, which is a big centralized crypto exchange. They have a coin called KCS. In addition to buying and selling with crypto coins, we have second parallel and independent way of buying and selling of 3D NFTs done directly with fiat currency. Like in, I can describe this second parallel and independent way with an example. Let's say you are a user who comes to our 3D NFT marketplace. You click on the composite image of our first collection, and then you see one after another all of the objects in our first collection of 3D NFTs. Then you see one particular 3D NFT that you like to purchase. You click on this 3D NFT. Then you can see a short video of this 3D NFT as it is moving, and you're presented with a drop-down menu of choosing to pay either with 4 different crypto coin or the fifth choice of paying with fiat currency. Let's say you select paying with fiat currency, you click on the button to advance next, and what happens is you're going to be presented with a screen where you put your debit or credit card, and you then complete this transaction, and what is going to happen is there is going to be a transfer and conversion from your national fiat currency, which could be different than US dollars, and this transaction is going to convert the payment from your national fiat currency to US dollars, and this transfer is going to be deposited in our bank account. What is going to happen then is we are going to follow this action with the second action, and we are going to do a transaction on the blockchain and transfer of ownership, the initial ownership from our 3D NFT marketplace to you, and you become the first owner of this 3D NFT. Let's say you play with this 3D NFT for a while, then you decide to put this 3D NFT for sale. You can decide on the price you want to sell this 3D NFT, and you can then declare this NFT and for sale, and it is going to be displayed on our 3D NFT marketplace with the price that you put for sale. Let's say there's a second user who comes to our 3D NFT marketplace. They browse through the collection of the 3D NFTs, and they see and like this particular NFT which you put for sale. Then the second user clicks on this 3D NFT. They go through the screen of selecting, having choices of paying with crypto or paying with fiat currency, and let's say they select paying with fiat currency. What is going to happen is they're going to go to the next screen, they're going to put their debit or credit card, and they're going to click on the button to make the payment. What is going to happen then is there's going to be a transaction and transfer of conversion from the national fiat currency of the second user, which could be different than US dollars, and it could be different than the national fiat currency of the first user. And this transaction is going to be deposited in US dollars in our bank account. We're going to follow this action with a transaction of transfer of ownership from the first user to the second user, and the second user becomes the current owner of this 3D NFT. What is going to happen then is we're going to make a third action and transfer and conversion from US dollars to the national fiat currency of EU, which are now a former owner of this 3D NFT. And this transfer is going to be deposited in your bank account in your national fiat currency. With this said, I'm ending this a little description of our first project that we're working on, and I can tell you a little bit about the second project that we are working on. The second project is about electricity power, measuring, connecting, and like it relates to large consumers of electric power, like for example a special machine which is working in a special workplace, or we're talking about electric vehicles which are charged at different locations. So what we're planning to do is special kind of products which are put into an electric outlet, and what they can do is the first thing is measuring of the power. The second thing is authentication through NFTs, like with choices of cards, coins, or even rings, NFT rings. And we have the choice of also charging for consumed electricity and billing for this electricity consumed. So what is going to happen then is we are going to be having also a power switch which could switch on demand, either on and off the product that we're making. So, but why we're making this type of projects? We anticipate an increasing and very exponentially growing demand of electricity consumption related with upcoming electrification and conversion from transition from internal combustion engines to electric vehicles. In addition to this, there are going to be many more electric power machines, and this is going to put strain on the electric power grid, and we are having programmability in our products, so that either the user, we can give the control to the user for sure, but we can give the control to the power utility as well, either as monitoring capability or the capability of like controlling on turning on and off of um, specific product. With this said, I like to tell you the name and the URL of this second project website. It is called power.arstec.com. Power is the regular word for power. Then there is dot. Then there is the name of the company that we are making these products under. The name is ARS Technologies, and the abbreviation used in the URL is RSTEC. I can spell it Alpha Robert Sierra Tom Echo Charlie Hotel. Altogether RSTEC, and it ends with com. Once again, power.arstec.com. With this said, I'm ending this presentation. Thank you for coming. Thank you for viewing. Have a nice day. Have a nice evening, and goodbye.